Hey, what's up? It's that bald girl, and today I'm going to be talking about my emotional journey with alopecia. And I know everyone's journey is going to be completely different and unique to them, and this is my own personal journey. So, the first emotion that I experienced was denial. So I remember when I first noticed a bald spot right at the nape of my neck. It was pretty small, but nonetheless, it was there. And at the time, I was in training at Police Academy for my job, and I remember asking some friends and sending a picture to some family and being like, am I balding? And they said, nah, that's your hairline. Like, you're fine. You're not balding. It's just the way your hair grows. So I said, all right. Yep, you're right. It's my hairline. Deep down, though, I knew I was balding. But I think this denial was my brain's way of protecting me from the stress and anxiety that I would have felt had I known that I was balding. And those feelings and emotions would have come at the most inopportune time, going through academy, trying to secure this job. So definitely just kind of a protection mechanism. So fast forward to just over a year, and I remember going to my husband at night, lifting up my hair in the back and saying, my hair's falling out, I'm balding, what's going on? And sure enough, probably I lost a quarter, almost maybe half of the hair on the back of my head. And he was like, yeah, you are. And I remember just being so scared, like having this sense of fear, because at the time I didn't know it was alopecia. So I'm like, why is my hair falling out? What's wrong with me? You know what we do, we Google the symptoms or what we're experiencing, and then, some site tells us you got 48 hours to live because you have a rare disease, or, not exactly, but you know what happens when you Google symptoms. It brings up, everything from the most minor to the most major health concerns, and you just get in your head a little bit. But thankful for my husband, who was the steady head during all that, and actually found a dermatologist, helped me schedule an appointment, and that was probably the longest week of my life, waiting for that appointment to come. So once I finally went to the dermatologist, fear gave way to hope. Finally I had some answers. Okay, I have alopecia areata, and we determined that after some tests and blood work. And she, really eased my worry, telling me we are going to get your hair back before your wedding, which was going to be in June. Well, newsflash, COVID didn't happen quite the way we were planned, but still, I was getting married in June. So she assured me we're going to get your hair back, and that day I got my first steroid injection right into my scalp, and I was on the way back to getting my hair back. Well, hope soon turned into despair. After the wedding in June, July, all that new growth just fell out in the blink of an eye. And my original hair was thinning like crazy as well. And I knew we had kind of run the course of the steroid injections when I went into my appointment, and the dermatologist sat me down and she said, we have to discuss some other options because we've run the course on the steroid injections. So now we have to think about issues of fertility and suppressing your immune system with some, stronger drugs and everything. And, at that point I had to weigh the pros and cons. Okay, maybe my hair will come back, but I'm suppressing my immune system during a global pandemic, and I could, lead to fertility issues down the road, or I just, deal with what's to come with this hair loss. So I decided to stop treatment and kind of see what happened. And you know, things got worse before they got better. So I kind of spiraled into a depression for a time, because not only was my hair now falling out, or still falling out, but now my eyebrows, eyelashes, armpit hair, you know, bikini area, arms, legs, everything was falling out. So I knew that I was no longer dealing with alopecia areata, I was dealing with universalis, and I was gonna be bald. I knew that that was gonna happen. So, and then on top of that, just stressors with work and just life. And I knew that, you know what, I needed a change. I needed to do something because I was not gonna get sucked down anymore into that dark hole of depression. I became optimistic. So I made some drastic lifestyle changes, including leaving my job, deciding to go back and get my master's, and thankfully I got accepted into the program I had most wanted to get into. I began training for a half marathon, and I was learning how to accept my hair loss. And one of those things that really helped was not only support from friends and family, but support from alopecia groups. And I plan on making another video that talks about like how to navigate hair loss, and one of those things is finding a group of people who are going through what you're going through. Because while my friends and family provided amazing support, were always there for me, they didn't quite understand what it was like to lose your hair. So anyways, I finally made the decision in October, from July to October, just a short window of time when my hair really started falling out, that it was time to shave my head. I had hardly any hair left, and it was time to take this big new step and just embrace my universalis. And when I shaved my head, the gray clouds that were kind of hovering over me, those gray clouds of depression, finally parted and made way for sunshine. But we weren't out of the woods yet. So next was feeling anxious. After I shaved my head, and the first few weeks of being bald, I didn't know, how to, I guess find that confidence and be me after 24 years of having hair. And it took a lot of trial and error. It was trying out wigs, learning I didn't like wigs, drawing on my eyebrows, and let me tell you, I am no makeup artist, so we were looking like thin eyebrows from like early 2000s. It wasn't the best. Oh man. But those early times, just some trial and error to figure out what my new style was, how I was gonna rock the bald crown. And I found what made me feel like me. And when doing so, finally, and this was months down the road, I felt content being bald. I figured out I love rocking the hats. I probably have 15, almost 20 hats that I can match with any outfit. And then on times when a hat's not warranted, if it's date night with the husband or just feel like dressing up, I ordered some blue light glasses because I don't actually wear glasses or need them, but I like the way they look. They just bring some sort of, something to my face. So I like the way I look in them. So I started wearing glasses when I dress up and stuff. And I realized I'm not really bothered by having no eyebrows, and people don't really seem to notice. So I'm not going to put myself through the stress of trying to draw on my eyebrows, it not being perfect, wiping it off, drawing it on, getting frustrated. No, because I don't care. And this is about doing what I want to do in terms of rocking the bald crown. And being content, I'm finally at the point where I can talk about my hair loss. And talk about it and hopefully be a pillar of support or guidance to someone else who is starting their hair loss journey or in the midst of it. And I just want to end with this quote I saw on Facebook from someone in one of my alopecia groups, and I wrote it down so I don't get it wrong. No hair, no care. Unseen blessings till you're there. No wigs, no salons, no worries. And I just love that unseen blessing until you're there, because it is so easy to find and talk about what you've lost in hair loss, but then you don't even stop and realize the unseen blessings of it. So I challenge you to find even one unseen blessing that you've experienced through your hair loss. And just remember, you are beautiful.